Hello, I'm Alexander, and today we'll take a look at the MEZE Alba in-ear monitors. I have heard many interesting things about this pair and I'm excited to have it on my desk today. A sincere thank you to the MEZE Audio team for making this possible. Alba actually comes in two boxes. In the medium-sized box there's a product booklet, quick start guide, MEZE Alba in-ear monitors, a carrying case, 4 pairs of ear tips and a detachable 2-pin cable that terminates with a 3.5mm connector. In the second small box there's a USB-C dongle deck, so if your device doesn't have a 3.5mm socket, MEZE got you covered. By the way, if you're wondering, Alba means the first light in Romanian. The shells of Alba are quite interesting and aesthetically pleasing. They're made out of zinc alloy and the shape of the housing resembles a conch. The shells are painted in a glossy pearl color, and while they look great, the finish is slippery. On the faceplate there's a round metal part on which the company name is printed along with the information that IEMs have been designed in Romania. In the middle of this round part there's a vent hole. On the side of each shell there's a company logo, the 2-pin connectors are located on top of the shell, the top of the connectors are transparent and the red channel has a red port inside for easier navigation. The shells are well built and it's great that MEZE decided to go with metal shells at this price point. The shell size is small, it's hefty, but will still suit the majority of ears, small ears included. The nozzle diameter is 5.5mm and nozzles are made out of zinc alloy as well, but are unfortunately on a shorter side. The cable that comes with Alba is 1.2 meters long, it has a plastic 2-pin connectors, a metal splitter with MEZE logo, a plastic cinch slider and it terminates with a straight 3.5mm metal connector. The cable is thin, light, doesn't tangle easily and does its job just fine. In case you need a balanced connection, you can also buy the 4.4mm cable from MEZE, which is the same cable but with a 4.4mm termination. Fit and comfort-wise, Alba is a mixed bag in my case, but as fit is a very subjective thing, your mileage may vary. Handling this IEM for me is hard. The shells are glossy and slippery, so I always struggle to find a grip when I pick them up. Due to unusual shell shape, it always takes me an additional second or two to place it in my ears, but I got used to it over time. In addition, the stock ear tips are hard to put on for some reason, and as I was unable to secure a good seal with them anyway, I had to do some tips rolling. The good thing is that the shell is quite low profile, and in my case I paired it with final E-type ear tips, which instantly resulted in an excellent fit and seal, so all my tests have been performed using these tips. What I also liked is how this IEM literally disappears when placed in your ears. And I just can't stress enough how important this factor is during long listening sessions. Before we talk about the sound, please note that all sound impressions in my reviews are completely subjective, so please take them with a grain of salt. The Alba is based on one 10.8mm single dynamic driver. The impedance is 32 ohms and the sensitivity is 109 dB, so you can power it with the majority of portable sources. And in case your device doesn't have a 3.5mm output, you can use the MEZE USB-C dongle that comes with Alba. There is no information or specs about this dongle, but it provides enough power for Alba. When you connect it to your smartphone, the transparent ring on the cable lights up and this is a nice touch. I also compared it with the Apple USB-C dongle and to me Alba sounded more interesting paired with the Apple dongle. Other sources I used for my tests were my Mo2 M2 audio interface, iBasso DX170 DEP, SMSL's Raw MDA1 desktop deck and amplifier, and for wireless scenarios I tested Alba with iFi Go Blue. The Alba is a mild V-shaped tuned IEM. It's not neutral by any means, it's colored to a degree, but in a way that will please a lot of ears. The IEM sounds dynamic, coherent and lively, and maintains a great balance between a good presentation and in-your-face sound, and I was pleasantly surprised by Alba's performance and sound presentation. The bass is well controlled, has a great extension, the sub-bass is more prominent here while the mid-bass impact might be lacking a bit for some. Bass details totally correspond to the price bracket, the bass is fast, it's not bloated, which is a good thing. I personally like such bass profiles. As for my music library, the sub-bass extension in my cases is way more important than mid-bass punch. The mid-range is well defined despite the IEM being V-shaped, and it has a lot of clarity and detail. Vocals and instruments sound correct, yet slightly colored, but the overall mid-range timbre is good. The upper mid-range is not as hot as on some other IEMs in this price bracket, but there's a lot of energy in the mid-range still, which results in a great and lively presentation. The guitars have excellent bite, the vocals sound lush, pianos sound full and deep, while violins, for example, have never been harsh or intrusive in my case. The treble lacks a bit of air and refinement for my personal liking, but its energetic and detail level is also good. The tracks from my collection that have a lot of treble energy never sounded piercing or overly analytical on Alba, which contributes to the overall smooth listening experience. The soundstage width is slightly below average, but it's deep, so complex recordings with well-designed sound landscapes sound engaging and full. The details and micro details totally correspond to the price bracket, the instrument separation is good as well, but there is nothing to write home about. Now let's talk about comparisons. I have compared Alba with Moondrop Kato, The Audio Elixir, Sennheiser IE200 and SimGod EA1000, all of which by the way are more expensive than Alba, except IE200 which is priced about the same. So here are my impressions. Design and build-wise, Alba is my favorite out of these 5 IEMs, with SimGod EA1000 coming second, and I would say they're equally well built, but aesthetically Alba is just more pleasing. Fit and comfort-wise, the winner out of these 5 IEMs for me is Alba. To be completely transparent, I must say that based on my personal fit preferences, none of these IEMs are champions in ergonomics. But Alba was still better than the other 4 in my case, as despite the fit, they still tend to disappear in my ears, so long listening sessions were a breeze. In terms of bass response, I would place Alba and EA1000 on different sides of the spectrum, with Alba having a better sub-bass extension and EA1000 having a better mid-bass impact. The other 3 IEM bass responses fall in between these two. In terms of mid-range, I need to say that all of these 5 IEMs behave relatively well in the lower mid-range. But the upper mid-range is what makes a difference and emerges Alba as a winner in my tests. In the treble department, for me it's a tie between Alba and EA1000. I think the presence region and extension is better on Alba, but EA1000 has more energy and detailed retrieval, which I like more. In terms of overall sound presentation and coherency, I would again go with either Alba or EA1000, both of which leave the other 3 IEMs behind. But when you factor in the things like design, build, sound coherency and value for the money, the Alba is a clear winner. Let's summarize. I think that at the current price the Alba slightly punches above its weight. It's not perfect by any means, but the strong point with Alba is their design, tuning, coherency and full-bodied presentation. And I honestly didn't expect the $159 single dynamic driver IEM to sound that good. Pros: excellent design and build, lively and energetic sound presentation, good sub-bass response, open and lush mid-range and a surprisingly deep sound stage. Cons: ergonomics are questionable, The IEM is not for treble heads, not the most technical pair in its price range, and the supplied case hardly fits the IEM with the cable. All in all, Alba shines with a well-recorded music, thanks to its driver implementation and acoustic chamber design, and I can recommend it if mild V-shaped tunings and visual aesthetics are your thing. And that concludes my review for today. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, goodbye.